1971 Volvo 164. So being 1971, it is the very late carburettor car before they switched to injection in early 1972. And this one has the sought after 4-speed gearbox with overdrive. We've had, I think, 3 Volvo 164s in all the time we've been going. They don't come up very often and they are almost always automatic. We keep getting asked for a manual. So there you go, here it is. But more importantly, it is the 4-speed overdrive. I am probably going to waffle a little bit about this car, and I apologise because I'm a little bit in love with it. It's absolutely fabulous. We've had a few of these, like I say, 3 in total. Funnily enough, all the same colour, all very nice cars. This one is head and shoulders above the other ones. It's absolutely gorgeous. Lovely low mileage, 40,000 miles, which we'll have a look at in a second. I do think this is one of the best colours for these. 3 litre 6-cylinder petrol, manual gearbox with overdrive. Really nice car. It's been restored about 15 years ago, but it hasn't been overdone. The seats are nice and original. It's not overly restored in that sort of American style. It is just right, I think. We're going to start by having a look at the bodywork. Then we'll move on to the interior, and then we'll go for a cold engine startup. It was driven to us, this one. I photographed it up there last night, drove it here. This is the first video this morning, so it hasn't been started today. I haven't touched it. Genuine cold start. Starting with the driver's side, if we look down this side, it's a big old flat slab of a side of a car, and look how smooth and straight that is all the way down. There's not a ripple, not a dent, it's not full of filler. It is like a mirror finish all the way down there. It's always a good sign when you can see more of the cars on the other side than you can of the car we're looking at, and that is beautifully clean all the way down. Driver's front wing itself, if we look down the bottom here, there's no sign of any stone chips or any corrosion coming through. The arch is lovely and sharp all the way around. Inside the arch, again, I appreciate it's quite dark, but it is lovely and clean and tidy. We're on the correct spec steel wheels, silver centers, chrome trim on the outside, chrome hubcap. All of the chrome is in nice condition, and we've got 4 nice quality matching tyres, loads of tread left in those. Rest of the wing itself, lovely and straight. There really isn't any marks at all to whinge about on there. Around the barge is lovely. Normally the black on this sort of barge comes away, but this one, as you can see, is all very good. This trim sits lovely and flat and straight all the way down. Nice and neat. On this piece of trim, this sort of finishes the light. Again, normally you find a little bit of corrosion or something coming through there, or if it's had a bad paint job, you find a bit of a build-up of paint, but this one's obviously been done properly. Top of the wing, no signs of any marks there. Inside this seam, again, no build-up of paint, no corrosion. Front panel there, lovely and neat, all nice and tidy. Along the vents, again, normally you can find little chunks of paint and things, but this one is lovely and tidy, like I say. All good along there. And that stainless trim, really good condition. I don't think this thing's ever seen any wet or horrible weather. It's got all your Volvo stickers on there showing you where your gears is. And then if you look behind there, it's got sort of conversions for you if you go touring, which is quite nice. Up onto the roof, and there is, if you notice, might just see it there, there's a little bit of what looks to be dirt in the paint, and once the head's knocking off that, good polish on the roof should sort that out. But more importantly, no corrosion around the sunroof. We will open that sunroof in a bit and we'll have a look in there. Glass going down this side, crystal clear all the way down, Volvo stamped all the way along, including the quarter light on the front. Rubber seals, you can hear them squeak because they're nice and soft, not dried out or cracked. And then quite often this chrome trim, because you get water sitting on it, goes milky and horrible, and you normally get a little bit of spider rust coming through here. But again, as you can see, this one is excellent all the way down, as is the chrome on the handles. You will notice there is this little door protector. It's on both front doors. It's a little bit of rubber. It's not metal, so it hasn't scratched. So if you peel it away, which I did do the other day, you can see, apart from a little bit of gluey sort of, it's like a sort of the stuff you see stuck in magazines actually. Bit of sticky stuff, I'll remove that straight away, but it has protected the door edges all the way along. Not that I think this car's ever been in ownership where they would open it on something, but there you go. All nice and neat on the driver's door. The panel gaps are good. If we go lower down, you can see that sill all the way along, exactly as you'd expect. The camera underneath, and again, like I say, the owner waited for a nice dry day to bring it to us. You can show that kind of ownership. because it's lovely, clean and tidy under there. Continuing down this side, rear door again, lovely and neat. There's no signs of any marks at all on that. Look at this rear arch section. Down here is where you would find some corrosion coming through, but this one is excellent. And then inside the rear arch, sharp all the way around. And where the trim sits, again, the trim sits nice and neat and there's nothing nasty coming through there. Another good wheel and tyre. And then coming further back, if you look down that side, like I said earlier on, look at how flat and straight that is. Around the filler cap, all nice and neat. Rear bumper, the plastic on the bumper is very, very good. It's actually rubber, not plastic, to be fair. And then the stainless trim there, again, nice and neat. We're being really picky. There's one small scratch just there, but that is, we're halfway around the car. It's the first thing we found to whinge about. All good on that rear valance. It's got your Volvo mud flaps there as well, which is a nice touch. Around all the badges on both sides, nice and neat. And again, the black, which normally gets sort of washed away with sponges, is very good on that badge. Tail lights on both sides are nice and neat, as is this trim as well. Up onto the boot. It can be quite a hard colour to paint. You can get what you call zebra striping, which is where your metallic's not even. Whereas this, if you can see, is lovely. It's all one colour, all one shade, all the way around, as you can see. Colour match from panel to panel is lovely. Nothing nasty going on in that vent. Rear screen, it's a heated rear screen, lovely and neat. Little Volvo sticker there, which is a nice touch. Volvo stamped glass still. And again, round the seal, usual sort of corrosion spots, really good all the way around there. There's nothing to whinge about. Round up the passenger side, and again, all the way down there, nice and straight, not full of ripples or dents. Lower half down here, that's all good. I do apologise, it sort of makes for a very boring video, but there's literally nothing to whinge about. It does make for a fabulous car though. Nice and neat on that rear wheel and tyre. Glass on this side. No ingrained scratching, all nice and neat, all Volvo stamped up. As you can see, the rubber seals on this side are good, as is this trim as well. Inside the gutter rail, all the way along, is lovely. And then on this side of the roof, nothing nasty coming through on the top of the windscreen or around the sunroof. And then both doors on this side, very, very good. No marks at all to whinge about. It's got that same bit of trim, but like I say, you can just peel that off. Personally, I would take it off, but if you want to leave it, it's there. All good on the sill on this side. Genuinely, we haven't detailed or cleaned this car. This is how clean this thing has come to us. Again, good sign of ownership. Panel gaps on this side, nice and neat. All good on the seam there. And along the scuttle, we've got a 1972 tax disc in there. In the file, it's got a lovely big history file. There is pretty much every tax disc. That we're missing a few of the very first ones, but other than that, all the way through to when they were abolished, which is a nice touch. Shows again, good ownership. Front wing on this side, lovely and neat. Sharp on the arches all the way around. And your final good wheel and tyre. Round up the front, and again, the rubber on the front bumper is nice and soft. They're not dried out or sun bleached or anything like that. Stainless trim on the bumper's nice. On the headlights, both sides, lovely and clean. They're all crack free and nice. Again, the stainless around the grille's got a couple of minor scratches on it, but you have to get right on top of it. You can't see anything at all wrong with it there. But if you get right on top, it's been scratched. I think it's probably when this has been put back in, to be fair. Up onto the top, the badge, they normally suffer with the enamel coming away. This one's been touched in at some point. But if that's how picky we're having to be, that shows you just how good this thing is. Rest of the bonnet, lovely and neat. So bodyweight wise, really fabulous looking car. Very, very good condition. I'm sure it would come away with a trophy from a show. Onto the interior, nice and neat on that door card. No wear on the armrest or on the top of the window. Still got your Volvo stickers on the door, nice along there. And the door shuts are good, hinges are nice, latches are all good. This plastic trim normally gets cracked and damaged, but as you can see, it's good. Around the handbrake's nice. Got these sort of original spec brown waffle mats in there, but underneath there, the heel pad is lovely. The carpets are nice and clean. Smells like a proper Volvo in here as well. That lovely sort of leather and rubber smell. Got this lovely little indicator thing for your speedo, so you can put it to where I guess your speed limit, I'm presuming. Nice and neat on that dash top. The wood fascia is lovely. You've got your stereo there. All of your controls are lovely and clean. They're not sort of worn through or anything like that. It does have the optional clock. And then all tidy along the actual speedo itself. It's got your overdrive light down the bottom there, which is nice. 46,322 miles. We don't quite have enough paperwork to verify that to be true. The owner does believe it to be true. We can't see any reason why it wouldn't be. But like I say, we just don't have, we want all that concrete evidence. We just don't have enough for that, which is a shame, but hey ho. All good. We're on the steering wheel. There's no marks or chips out of that. Driver's seat. Like I say, these haven't been messed with. They look to be exactly as they should be. All the seams and the beading are good, but you've got a little bit of patina here and there. Sort of worn in leather jacket look. They look really good. Very, very comfortable as well. Into the rear on the driver's side, and again, all nice and neat on the door card. We have one little mark just there that's been touched in. Rear seats, again, lovely and tidy. Parcel shelf's good. Headlining is very good. Backs of the seats are good. These aren't stretched out or pulled. And then in the boot, your boot light works, which is a good start. Round the underside of the boot lid is lovely. Inside the shuts is nice and neat. You've got a seam there that can corrode, but as you can see, that one's all very good. In here we have full-size spare wheel with a good tyre on it. We have the tool roll, which I've never seen one with those still in. The rubber mat's still there. There is a few spares the owner's sort of collected over the years. So there's rocker cover gaskets, some spark plugs, oil filter and an air filter. Little service kit there for you. All of the rubber trim is lovely and neat. Very, very good in there all the way around. And then into the rear left, door's shut lovely as well. Don't have to give them a slam, just shut with a proper Volvo clunk. All good on the door itself and on the door shuts. Really exactly as you'd expect on this side as well, just as good as the rest of it. Not much to say there, is it? It's just very good. And then front passenger, nice and neat on the door card. Again, no wear on any of the usual sort of touch points. All very good in the door shut. And this seat itself, if you haven't sat on one of these, just come and sit on it, because it's absolutely beautiful. This side, nice and neat. It's got a couple of little mats here for heels to protect the carpet, which has obviously worked. This section here is nice and neat. It's not all worn out. Neither is the handle. We'll pull the bonnet pull while we're here. And then under the bonnet, you've got that 3 litre, he says, 6-cylinder engine. Now the only thing that I can find on this car that is non-standard is it's got a set of Bosch air horns, but they do look to be period correct. Sort of look the part in there as well, to be fair, so we're not going to complain about that. All the bottles are lovely and clear. Even got a Volvo battery on it. Inner wings, beautiful condition. That bulkhead is lovely. Plaques all nice and clear in the right spots. Down this section again, very nice and neat. Engine itself, lovely and clean. Again, like I say, not overdone. Like someone might be tempted to paint or polish that, but that is how that should look. Pair of Stromberg carburetors on there. Like I say, it was driven to us. It's stone cold today. It's been here overnight. Not dropping any fluid on the floor. We'll pull the choke out, which is on your right hand side here, and just first turn fires up straight away. Ticking over lovely and happy. I have had it around the block. It does drive as good as it looks. It drives beautifully. Some classic cars like this, you can get away with driving it like a normal car. Stops and goes in a straight line, accelerates properly, keeps up with traffic. If you want a good, practical, but very good looking car, this has got to be the one for you. We'll back that off a little bit. As you can see, stone cold, no nasty lights on there. So there you have it. 1971 Volvo 164, manual with overdrive, beautiful condition. You check the description out, we'll detail everything we know as far as sort of service history goes, things like that. We are open every day if you want to come and have a look at the car. Just let us know and we'll book you in. If you can't get to see it, again, let us know. We can do video calls, we can send you extra photos or videos, whatever you might need. You've just got to ask. Sorry for the long video, but the car definitely warranted it. Any more questions at all, please just get in touch. Thank you.